Phonixies, welcome back to my channel. So I was getting a lot of requests to make a movable doll and also some Indian classical folk dance doll. So today I decided that I'll combine both of them and make this video for you guys, which is a Bharatanatyam doll which can also move. So let's get started. So over here, as you can see, I've taken these newspapers and I'll just cut the strips off. Then I'll take a craft wire and roll the newspaper with it. So guys, basically I'm just going for the craft wire base because then it can easily move. So I just have to start making the complete figure of the doll. So that's what I'm gonna do it over here. This will take a little bit time, but then once it's done, you'll be really happy and satisfied with the results. So guys, as you can see, I'm just using some newspapers where I want the body to be a little bit thick, and you can do the same of course, and that's what will give you the complete body of the doll. So guys, now you can see it's getting a little bit thick. So guys, now you can see it's quite thick, and now I'll just apply some more newspaper strips, just little bit. So this is the kind of look I get, and the same way I made two of them. So you can see how I made these and in what size and shape I made this. Then over here I'll take my white thread, plain white thread, and I'll just roll this with this body of the same craft wire, and then of course I'll apply this over here. So this will be the hands, and now let's start making the upper half of the body. So that's what I'm gonna do it over here, and you have to just use the thread and tie it around. Then again I'm using this newspaper and I'll just double it up. After doing that, I'll start sticking this and make the waist of the doll. Alright, so now you can see it's quite thick. Now I'll just use the same thing again and then make the little bit half of the body. Alright, so once this is done, now I'll just take another piece of newspaper and I'll stick it on top of this to get a flat surface. And some card paper strips over here. Then I'll just apply some more newspaper around the craft wire just to make the face. Alright, so now the face is now completed. Now this is what it looks like, guys. Now I'll just apply a little bit card papers on the sides and then on the head as well. And then these are some foam sheets which I'll be applying it for the ears and all. So that's what you have to do it over here. And then again I'll just use this very tiny piece of paper and I'll just cut it into this shape. So it's card paper, and I'll make the nose. After doing that, I'll take the newspapers again and I'll just cut them off into very tiny pieces, and then I'll take a normal bowl and apply some little bit glue in that. Then pour some water. After pouring the water, I'll just mix that paste and it will give me a very liquidy sort of paste, and that I'll start applying on the doll. And then I'll start applying this tissue paper just to make the doll a little bit thick and nice and strong. So that's what I'm gonna do it over here. I'll just paint the base, then I'll start applying the newspaper, or you can say tissue paper. So guys, I could have used my paper clay, regular paper clay instead of this, but quite few people told me that they are not able to use paper clay. So that's why I made this alternative instead, that you can also make this with newspaper. So guys, now you can see once it's nice and dry, you can keep it for 24 hours and then it's dried. So now I'll start taking my sandpaper and I'll start just rubbing it very lightly, guys, because this is not paper clay. This is just some tissue paper with glue, so you don't have to be very harsh on it. After that, when you get a flat surface, you'll start painting it. So I'm just painting the skin areas. Alright, so now I'll start painting the hairs also, which I'm obviously painting it black. Guys, you can always use acrylic paint, or if you don't find them, you can use fabric paint, because that gives the perfect shine. And after I'm done with that, I'll start making the facial expressions, which is the eyes, the eyebrows, and all the makeup she has on her face. So now once this is done, now let's start making the dress. So guys, over here I have taken these two shapes. Now let's take the one shape first and start applying this beautiful orange and reddish colored lace which I found, and I'll just apply it over here into this V shape, and then I'll just cut the axis. So once that is done, now I'll take this very nice and soft orange satin ribbon and I'll stick it on top of this as well. So once the double coating is now ready, now let's stick this on the body of the doll. So you just have to wrap it around each of the leg. Alright, so once the lower half of the doll dress is now ready, now let's start making the upper half, which is the blouse. So for that, as you can see, this is the cutout I'll take with the same colored yellow fabric, and it's a very soft and shiny fabric, guys. So after wrapping it around, you will start with the front side as well, and then I'll just stick the sleeves with the same lace I got. And after that, guys, again I'm taking this very shiny fabric, and it's a very beautiful maroon fabric. Then I'll stick this lace again, and then I'll stick it on the top of the doll. Alright guys, so I've taken the same fabric again, but in this shape, and then I'll again apply the same lace I've got, and then this is another green lace and some yellow ones and orange ones. After I'm done with that, I'll just make these pleats with iron, and that's what I'm gonna do. Then I'll just stick it over here. Just pretty much it, you have to do it over here. Then I'll just use this fabric again with some lace, and I'll stick it on the waist area. Alright guys, so now I'll take this beautiful golden lace and I'll just stick it into this shape, which is the waistband. And then as you can see, the hands are easily movable and bendable in any direction you want, and so are the legs too. So now I've taken this foam sheet and I just drew some hands and legs over here, and I'll just take out the cutouts and stick it over here on the body of the doll. And after painting them guys, I'll stick these two, which are basically some musical anklets with metallic bells, and these are also called as ghungru. Then I'll just use the red paint to paint the alta on the hands and the feet. Then I'll also apply some bangles on the arms, some arm bangs and all. And once I'm done with that, now I'll just take this very beautiful silk black thread and I'll tie it around a cardboard just to give the support, and then I'll just use some glue to just secure the ends. Guys, this is the very easy way I make the hairs of my dolls. You can also go and check out my previous videos if you want to see the complete tutorial of how you can make the hairs. Once you're done with that, I'll start applying it on the head, and you have to see that you cover the head completely with these threads. And once it's done, you have to make a very beautiful bun on the top, and then you have to apply this plait. So this is a very regular braid and you have to apply that. Then I've taken this golden cut paper just to make the jewelries. So this is what it looks like, and I'll make a choker. Then there's this beautiful thing on the head, which is the moon shaped and sun shaped jewelries, and that's what you have to stick it over here. So these are the hair ornaments. You have to go all the way through the braid, and then you have to stick these golden ornaments for the jhumkas. Once that is done, you can see this is now pretty much ready. Now you have to make is the strings of flowers, which are usually white, and it's also called as gajra. So you have to stick it all the way through the bun, and this is what it looks like guys. The doll is now ready. You can see how easily the head can also move, the hands and legs can also move. So now I'll just give the position of the doll into a beautiful dancing doll. And once this is done, your doll is now completed guys. This was the final video and I loved this doll. Make sure you also comment down below and tell me if you like this or not, because I completely loved it. So guys, this was the final video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure give it a big fat thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and make sure you hit the bell icon so that whenever I post a new video you will be notified. Bye bye.